Hi everybody and welcome. My name is Dawn of Embracing Dawn. It's a beautiful, cold, crisp, sunny day today. So we are going to do a reading and take advantage of this beautiful energy. We are in Mercury retrograde right now as the reading is being done. So if you've had any glitches in communication, that would be the reason why. So Sagittarius, let's see what the message is for today. And we will get into some more detail with tarot. Who is having all these physical, emotional, and mental experiences? Notice who's experiencing the experience. Realize that you, the experiencer, has a certain quality. And that quality is awareness, consciousness, an intuitive sense of existence. You exist regardless, thoughts or no thoughts. So this is about being connected to our divine source. This is about, coming into the relationship with your divine essence and understanding that that is a part of us that cannot be affected. We are spiritual beings that are, temporarily housed in these human form to experience this, this experience that we've chosen here on this earth. And our inner knowing, our connection to our divine, that space between the thoughts, that is the essence of who we really are. And the more closely that we can come in contact with that energy, with that essence of us, with who we are, that is the more that life will flow exactly the way it needs to flow with us and for us. Okay, we've got lots of cards that are popping out, which is always good because those are the ones that want to be in the message. That's the message that needs to be heard. So we're at a time of this mass awakening, everyone. Sagittarius, I don't know how many of you are experiencing that elevation yourself, but we're all experiencing it on some level, definitely, regardless of our level of conscious awareness. So let's pull for the rest here. Beautiful. Okay. So we're going to take a look at numbers first, just see what's come up here. Any repeating numbers we'll pay attention to for sure. So I just want to get them all facing the right direction and take a look here. So we've got 2s are repeating here. And that is about it. But it's interesting because we've got 5s repeating as well. And you have a sequence here of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we've got 8, 9. So the sequencing of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 might be important. You've got the 2s repeating and the 5s repeating. So pay attention to that as well. So it looks like this is a really interesting reading. We've got some major arcana in here. We've got some material stuff going on with emotion, or not with emotion, with the material plane. And then we've got some spiritual stuff and some mental stuff. We don't really have any of the emotional stuff in here. So let's take a look. We've got this rest and rejuvenation. So you may come into this space. You know what? I'm going to read this. It's interesting, the last few readings, the cards, I usually read them as they play out in sequence. And the last few readings, I've been noticing the way that they need to be played out differently. So I'm going to start with here because this seems like the recent past. No, let's just flow with it. Okay, let's just flow with it. No, we're not. Sorry. I have to pay attention to my intuition, and we're not going to flow with it. So suffering and silence is the beginning here. And this is an emotional, this is a mental state. So, you've got obstacles, you've had difficulties, decisions to make, and you've been dealing with all of that in silence. You've been taking on, and it's been a burden for you. You can see this person's isolated. This person is looking off into the distance. There's nothing known there. It's all clouded. There's isolation and nothing is blooming. So either in the recent past or within this time frame when you get this message, you've been or someone you've been close to has been suffering in silence and has not been talking about it. And that's a really challenging thing, because they've had obstacles and challenges, not just on, not just from a physical space, but, you know, from a spiritual space. It's that their principles, their willpower, their passion, or yours, has been in challenge. You've had some setbacks, you've had some obstacles to overcome, challenges to face, and the cards are suggesting that you have sat back and you've not really been taking action. You've allowed yourself to sit in that vibration and look and face these challenges. And connecting to our card here, come into your consciousness. Connect into your consciousness, and this will resolve, you know. But we've got the number 2 here, which is also spiritual. As above, so below. We've got this waiting game. So it may be that you need to exhibit patience, and not with the suffering piece of this, but with the obstacles and with the challenges, because we've got here rest and rejuvenation, and this is around the mental body again. So you're mentally stressed. You've been feeling mentally stressed, or someone around you has been mentally stressed, and this is the number 4 here, where you've just needed to take a break. It's not a big super deal. It's not a major arcana. It's minor, but you definitely need to regroup. You need to connect in. You need to get into that space of the observer to see what these obstacles and challenges are, without the emotional attachment of suffering, without the storylines that we give to things from the human ego mind, right? Get into the space of nothingness, of that no thing, that essence of who you are, and those solutions will come forward. And this happens within this rest and rejuvenation, resting that mental body, allowing it just to check out for a while, and solutions will come. You've got financial and material changes coming here with this 5. So they either have already begun to come, or you've got some shifting coming up ahead. These are financial and material, so this could be with your income, with your job, with a new career, with, you know, anything connected to an income of money. There's going to be a change, a shift. And then in your material possessions, there's going to be a shift as well. And this doesn't have to be a negative at all. This is often, let me just check here. So this might be like hard time. Okay, having a little bit of a hard time, a little bit of rejection, dealing with that in the material space, because this is about the material. When it's in the red, it's in the physical. So this affects your security, your gains or losses, that kind of thing. And there is going to be a change and a shift. And as you can see, you know, we've got the directions. We've got one direction moving this way and 2 moving this way. So there's maybe a shift that's already happened, and we've got more shifting to come, but that's going to be a positive thing. But this is around you making choices and decisions and movement. So this requires your action, Sagittarius. And again, tap into your knowingness, tap into that space of the observer, get into that quiet mind, you know, that quality of awareness, your intuition, and that is going to bring about the solutions. You know, it's not, you'll be able to use the mental body later, but while you're resting and rejuvenating, taking time in stillness, that's where the solutions to these perceived obstacles are going to come. And that's where you can see what decision needs to be made, and then make that decision moving forward and bring about that shift in your material prosperity and your physical financial. And then we've got it's a beautiful outcome. Then we've got number 8, positive movement forward. So this is physical and material as well. So once you make that decision and make that choice moving forward, that's going to be a positive choice. And with the 8s, once you go, it kind of goes, right? So again, this is material. This is financial. This is your security, gains and losses, your possessions, like earthly possessions, prosperity, money. That's all of this. So you're going to have positive movement. So if you're experiencing a glitch or a little dip in whatever it is that pertains to you, you know, each Sagittarius will be different. It'll connect in differently for all of you. This could also be someone very close to you. However, you know, it's most likely around you. And this is beautiful because we've got this triumphant success, which would be the Ace of Swords. And this indigo this is around the mental body. So you're going to become clear in your mental body. You're going to become clear about what it is you need to do, the decisions you need to make, and you're going to make those decisions and have positive movement moving forward. This is going to lead to even greater success. And then we have a major arcana here, the number 3, which would be the Empress, fertility. And if you notice the 3 rings here, she's got this beautiful heart center. Then she's got the first ring that goes around, you know, her higher self, her communication and her connection to a higher source. And then she's got the ring that goes around the lower body all the way around. So this is like Empress energy. This is abundance, fertility, all things beautiful. And this encompasses everywhere. This could be fertility and literally, you know, in terms of new babies coming in. This could be unions, romantic unions. This could be just absolute shift in circumstances where you're now experiencing luxury and abundance and success and the feelings that go with that and those around you. But notice the connection here, Sagittarius. This connection is with the divine. You've got to pay attention to the body. You've got to pay attention to your, you know, your communication, receiving and giving. And you've got to be connected, be in that space of stillness in order to have the clarity. The clarity is not going to come from out there until you go inside. And the cards are showing that. They're indicating that. There's, you know, there is going to be a little blip, and this is Mercury retrograde. So maybe the blip is just happened or it's going to happen in the next week or so. But then Mercury is going to go direct again. And Mercury is all about communication. It's all about technology. It's all about, you know, things glitching. So back your files up. Save everything to external hard drives. Make sure you're saying what you mean when you communicate with others in writing. Don't react, respond, you know, that kind of thing. That's all very important when Mercury is in retrograde. So let's just take a couple more cards from another deck that I haven't used hardly at all, but we're going to see how it flows with the messages today. Nothing wants to come out, so we'll see. So this is a great message, Sagittarius. This is overall positive. It's saying that you have everything you need to get through these minor glitches, and they're minor. And it's leading you towards this, you know, this success. But don't get trapped in the ego mind is really the message I'm hearing here. Don't get trapped in the emotional space. Don't get trapped in the ego mind. Because that's where the complication comes in. That's where the complication comes in. So we have number 9, justice, and 9 is near the end, you know, of an outcome. And so whatever this situation is to you, there is justice to be had here. Definitely, you will. There will be balance that will be achieved, and whatever is fair and right for all from a place of integrity, that will be the outcome. Okay, so Sagittarius, let's just pull a little bit of crystal energy, and we'll close out the reading. Lemurian quartz, practice patience. We had that before with the patience, right? And red jasper, take action. So again, this is measured action with the practicing patience there. Lemurian quartz is really good to do some deep inner work, you know. So this is suggesting have patience, do the inner work here, and then with this waiting game, you will know what needs to happen. And you've got the 8 with taking action. You've got this affirming it, taking action. So you'll know what action you need to take in order to shift this outcome towards what it is that you desire. But again, it's all about being connected within. So Sagittarius, this is your message, and I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead. Remember to live big and shine your light bright. Until next time.